Hey everybody, it's Able Gamer here, and welcome back to another Ace video. In this video, we're going to go over my top 5 mistakes. I could probably make a whole video series on this, but I'm going to boil them down to 5 mistakes, some quality of life stuff as well. So we're going to go ahead and talk about that, and hopefully you can avoid some of the same mistakes if you haven't started this game yet. Maybe this saves some people some frustration going into global. But before we jump into that, if you're just now finding this channel, you want to stay up to date with this and other games, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out. All right, and welcome back. All right, just a quick reminder, all the links to my social media are in the description below, so definitely check that out. That was kind of a long intro, I think, but there's some mistakes that I made that I have corrected since. Now, if you've played these types of games, these turn-based RPG games for a while, there's not many mistakes you can make, but there are some mistakes that will definitely slow you down, and you'll end up wasting some resources, which slows your progression down, and progression is what these games are all about. The quicker you progress to get through the content that is in the game, the quicker you can get to the point to where you're farming consistently to build up your teams, and that's really what I want to focus on. First, one of my first mistakes is the summonings. So I was so focused on summonings really early on. It's not too bad, but there is a point where when you start summoning, once you get a pretty decent roster, you got a decent number of epics, you've got a couple legendaries. Once you get to that point and you continue to mass summon after that, it's really kind of a waste because I was using a lot of diamonds to buy the ascension crystals or the summoning crystals so that I can do as many summons as possible to fill out my roster. Here's the problem, though. With the summons, it's a 1% chance for you to get a legendary. Just a 1% chance. So that's 1 out of every 100 summons. A 10% chance to get epic heroes. So you're going to get to a point, like I said, once you have a fair number of epics and you've got a couple legendaries, where a lot of what you're going to get is just fodder, food for other units, and ascension material for elites, which you're not even going to really use a lot. There are some elites that are pretty good in the game, but I really focused way too much on that after my roster was fairly well built. So I would say after the first week and into your second week, if you are focusing on your summons and stuff there, use your diamonds, because you do get a ton of diamonds from newbie quests and all the stuff that the game throws at you. They do a great job there, so you can spend a fair amount of diamonds there. I would say after your first 100 summons, I would probably start dialing back, not spending diamonds as much, saving up your summoning materials for summoning quests, summoning events and things like that, and then you'll get more of a benefit, I feel, from that. So I just was focused on that too early, so I ran out of diamonds fairly quickly, and by focusing on that too much, I wasn't focusing enough on which heroes I should have and what I should be focusing on, which teams I should be building first. Like for me, my focus is building your team to get through the adventure mode. You want to get through adventure as quickly as you can, complete hard as much as you can so you can get into mythic. Mythic is important because mythic is where you're going to be able to complete your glyphing for all of your different heroes. So that's primary focus, is getting through the campaign and then building whatever set, building whatever team you need to get through the gear dungeon that you need for the gear that you're looking for. For me, the first one is Tulpa. I'm still not through level 12 on Tulpa, and that's kind of what I'm working on right now. So that was one of my biggest mistakes right there, and that kind of led me into some other stuff here. So taking too long. Also, here's mistake number 2: taking too long to build Zac and Connor. You get Zac and Connor really early on. These are units that are going to help you in the end game and help you with a lot of dungeon farming, adventure farming into mythic. I use these guys all the time still. So I took too long to build them up. They are both 5 stars. I haven't gotten them up to 6 stars yet. I am going to do that because, again, these are great farming units. That is going to help you get through a lot of what I just talked about, getting through adventure, getting through hard mode, working through mythic, helping you get through some of those dungeons. These 2 are fire units, so they're definitely going to help you with Tulpa. If we take a look at Tulpa, and if you take a look at the top teams completing Tulpa, let's go ahead, take a look at this, and we go into here. Nope, not here. Here. Look at these. The top teams have Connor and Zac. So definitely want to build them. They're definitely going to be worth it. So I waited too long. That was mistake number 2. Mistake number 3, started working on too many teams. I was kind of going all over the board. What do I need to finish Tower? What do I need to finish No Man's Land? What do I need to finish Endless Tower? There's so many different teams to build in this game. Arcane Dominator, there's a team that you can use for each one of these. You got what? 1, 2, 3. You got 5 different teams here. Same thing with No Man's Land to get through these, to get all the way up to the final level, which is level 9 for these, level 12 for the Arcane Dominator. What do I need for this? What do I need to get through Bounty Hunt? I was focusing way too much on too many different teams, and it slowed my progression down. So that's why I said the 2 things I'm focused on right now, again, is finishing Mythic, so finishing my farming team, which my farming team mainly is Hydrisia, Zatlux, Celestial Cane, and then Connor. Where I need an elemental advantage for fire, I'll swap out Zatlux for Zachary here. Sometimes I'll leave Zatlux in there. I'll swap out Kane for Zachary, just depending on what I need. Do I need Kane's shield or not? Do I need his taunt or not? And then obviously Connor. So that's my farming team that has gotten me through pretty much everything. Every adventure node, every campaign node in this game. As far as my Tulpa team, I'm focusing on Lynn, Azrina, and then Zachary and Connor. I just showed you the top team there. I think this is one of those top teams, if not the one I just pointed to in Arcane Dominator. No. Actually, you got William there. But Lynn does very well in here as well. So those are the 2 teams that I'm really focused on. So I would focus on getting through the campaign, and then whatever gear dungeon you need to get through for the gear that you're looking for the most. All right. So next, after that, figuring out the multi-battle optimization. So if we go into here and we go into multi-battle, I skipped this whole thing right here, and I think one of the most important things for me was making sure to check this one right here. Return to multi-battle after defeats. Because you'll go through, maybe you'll multi-battle 3 times out of 10. You'll get defeated, and then it just stops. You click this, you'll go back in there, and then you'll complete it until you get all of your 10 runs out. Because sometimes RNG just isn't in your favor, and even though the team that you've used to get through that dungeon a million times, maybe something just comes out of left field and takes them out. So then you want to just go back in there. So really just optimizing this. If you check meal coupon and diamonds, it will use the meal coupons first. Once that reaches 0, then it will move over into diamonds. So I do have those 3 checked. I really never checked this one here. Find the arcane dungeon to continue. I don't know much about that, actually. If you know what this does, it seems like it should be pretty obvious, but maybe not. I don't know. But I never checked that one. Those 3 things I checked. Before, I would have to get up all the time and check, did I die? Let me get this restarted or not. By doing this, I didn't have to. So that was a mistake that I made. That is more of a quality of life thing than anything else. It just made things easier once I figured that piece out. Next, quick promote. So this is mistake number 4. Actually, the 5th mistake. Top 5 is the quick promote. If you go to altar, quick promote. I saw this. I thought it was like the coolest thing. So I just started hitting promote. The problem here is it's not the most efficient way to get singular heroes up to a 6-star. The best way to do that really is still to go in and individually level up your heroes so that you can choose which ones. Now in here, you can choose, are you going to use elites, rares, or commons? Now that I'm later in the game, I will go in here to my heroes and then I will hit quick promote for my commons. But when I am specifically trying to get one of my heroes up to a 6-star, like Sierra here, I will go through and I will individually level those up because you're going to use, it's going to be the most efficient way to use your jelly. So let me go into here just to pull this up. It's going to be the most efficient way to use your jelly right here. The quick promote just uses a ton of it. There was a point at which I used it too much and I didn't have enough jelly, and then I really just needed to focus on farming to build my jelly up so that I can go back to leveling my main team. So that, again, a quality of life thing, and it really slowed my progression down. So it put me back actually a few days until I was able to get my jelly back up there. Now I just quick promote, like I said, the commons every now and then, especially just to get the quick daily where it asks you to promote. I'll do that. You can actually go in there and you can just select one if you want. Quick promote, or you can uncheck everything here. I wish there was a box to check all or uncheck all. That would be kind of a nice quality of life thing instead of having to do all of these individually. But then, yeah, I could just go in here, click on this, boom, do my promote, call it good. But look at the elites that, look at the elites that it takes. You want to take that into account too, because I don't want to sacrifice Joseph. I think Joseph is pretty decent, so I wouldn't want to sacrifice him. So that's just kind of my 2 cents on that. And then kind of like a bonus thing, just something that I kind of realized here that I thought was good to pay attention to was the limited summon. One thing here that is cool is that the pity does roll over to the next summon. If you want to know where your summons are, kind of what's going to be in the next pool. The current pool here is going to end shortly, and then you're going to go into this hero pool. So in a day and 5 hours, these are going to be the heroes that you can pull from the limited summon. Now, the only thing that really changes here are who are the legendaries and who are the epics. All of the elites are the exact same for all of these pools. And this is what's going to be available in 15 days. So it's good to plan ahead. Don't blow your special summons on a pool that you don't need anything from. For me, I'm not going to be doing any of my special summons now until this final one. I would like a chance to get Ciara, to ascend her, get this guy as well, Balbereth. I do like Evra as well. And even as far as the elite, as far as this arena goes and some of these other, this would be pretty good as well. Not worried about the elites. But there are, even Hugh. Hugh's pretty decent also. So just know, kind of plan your Stardust here. The Stardust you get from the tower. This is the currency you get as you beat different battles there. Build them up. Here's the thing though. The rate of return on this is just horrible. If you go into your details, it's still only a 1% chance, 10% for your epics. Most of the time, you're going to get your elites. So definitely make sure to plan this and only save up for the ones that you really, really want, not for the ones that it'd be kind of cool. No, ones that you really, really want, which is why, again, for me, I'm not going to do anything until we get down to this pool here in 2 weeks. Because this has more of the legendaries and some of the epics that I want to be able to ascend. All right, there we go. That's what I had for you. Those are my top 5 mistakes. Very curious, what are your thoughts on the game? What are some mistakes that you would like to share with everybody to help ease some frustration and help some people get through some of this a little bit easier, to not stall progression and stuff like that? I'd like to learn from other people's mistakes and successes as well. Definitely let us know. All right, everybody, as always, I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch the video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button and share your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Take care, everybody, and we'll talk to you next time.